In chapter 1808, the focus shifts to Hayden's parents, Donald and Mrs. Queen, who express their earnest desire for their daughter to find love and happiness. Over dinner, they candidly discuss Hayden's prolonged bachelorhood and her continued commitment to her male persona. Donald starts by praising Kevin's remarkable contribution to the York family's catering business. He expresses his deep admiration for Kevin, attributing the industry leadership achieved by the Yorks in no small part to Kevin's exceptional capabilities. Moreover, he can't help but hope that Kevin might someday become his son in law. He reflects on Hayden's age, emphasizing that she is already 28 years old and yet remains single. He seems to feel a sense of urgency for Hayden to find a life partner. However, his concerns are further compounded by her steadfast refusal to return to her true identity as a woman, embracing her role as a big brother instead. Mrs. Queen joins the conversation with a mix of exasperation and understanding. She recollects Hayden's childhood when she reveled in dressing as a boy and playing alongside her twin brother Hugh. Their resemblance was so uncanny that distinguishing between the two became a challenge. Mrs. Queen acknowledges that while Hayden might have initially adopted her male persona for fun, she has continued with it for more than 2 decades. Despite her insistence and encouragement to embrace her femininity, Hayden remains steadfast in her commitment to her male identity. Donald interjects, agreeing with his wife's sentiments. He appears resigned to the fact that they cannot force Hayden to change, but instead, they must hope that the right man will eventually influence her choices. He highlights his hope that, with the right partner, she might consider transitioning back to a more feminine presentation. Both parents express their wish for Hayden to find someone who will bring out her more feminine side. They believe that her strong willed persona has been an obstacle to romantic relationships in the past. Donald is especially enthusiastic about Kevin, perceiving him as an ideal suitor. He appreciates Kevin's dedicated demeanor and likable personality, which they observed during dinner. Mrs. Queen interjects a dose of realism, acknowledging that Hayden has had many female admirers but has never shown romantic interest in men. She humorously notes that God has not yet sent a man Hayden's way. Donald playfully responds, suggesting that if Hayden and Kevin developed a romantic relationship, it would be a dream come true. The chapter ends with Mrs. Queen proposing a plan to foster a deeper friendship between Hayden and Kevin. She suggests that they invite Kevin over for dinner and subsequently bring Hayden into the picture, allowing them to develop a strong bond of friendship. Mrs. Queen hopes that, with time, their connection might blossom into a romantic relationship.